Hello, how are ya? How's it going? Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you all for being part of this loving, luminous, and successful family. I wish for everything to flow in perfect harmony, and for whatever isn't flowing as it should, to settle into place properly so that everything works for your own good and well-being. And for your loved ones, of course, the week of June 8th to the 14th. There are several interesting movements this week. We continue, of course, with the Sun in the sign of Gemini. And Mars remains in Taurus. And Venus and Mercury are in Cancer. The one making a move will be Venus in Leo this coming June 13th. June 13th, a very important day, Saturday, June 13th. Venus entering Leo from June 13th until July 9th. It's not many days because Venus doesn't stay in signs for very long. It changes approximately every 3 weeks or a month depending, unless it's in retrograde, but it's not. In conclusion, this cycle, which will be from June 13th to the 9th, July is a very important cycle because it's starting on a day with really good aspects, which is June 13th. With Venus in Leo, Venus being the of art, beauty, love, money, and many other things. Being in Leo, it's impulse, action, brightness, drawn attention. It's here I am, I can do it. It's that characteristic sparkle that Leo has. And being in Venus, well, the attraction, the chemistry, the magnetism, it's going to be very striking, just like Leos are. They're striking. And Venus, which is the planet of attraction, chemistry, and magnetism. So we'll be moving with a lot of chemical attraction and magnetism, but very noticeably. We're all going to be seen. Everyone will see us. That's in general. And on the 14th, Sunday the 14th, at night, we have a super new moon. A super new moon. We've had a few already, right? We had the one last month on May 16th, which was a super new moon, remember? In Taurus. And then came the 31st. It was the microluna full moon in Sagittarius. Now, again, very close. Now, on June 14th, almost a month later, we have the supermoon. New moon now in Gemini. The other one was, it charged us with energy to make things happen, for work, for creation. And now being in Gemini and having the sun in Gemini, we'll be entering a cycle that is felt not necessarily on the day itself. So you say, oh, until the 14th? No, we feel the energy even before. Right now, this is a week of the waning moon. And what do we do during a waning moon? Well, make space for the new. And donate, sell, give away what we haven't used in the last year. And I like it a lot. I do it very often, but especially during a new moon, to take paper and pen and write what makes me angry, what hurts me, what overwhelms me, what distresses me. We all have a story to tell, right? We all carry a suitcase, small, medium, large, extra large. Each of us will know. But the waning moon prompts us to do that, and it helps a lot because it's healing from within. How many things do you keep inside that you don't tell anyone and that hurt you? Or how many times do you want to say something to someone and you shouldn't? Yes, you can, but many times we shouldn't, right? So one writes, and the waning moon prompts us to do that. Besides, we're going to be so super liberated to take this next. Super new moon in Gemini that will enter at 8:54 p.m. Central Time. What should I do during this week of the waning moon? It's suggested to continue with what I've been doing during the new moon, waxing moon, full moon, and so on. Perfect. Continue. It's a time of rest. I mean, mentally and emotionally. Activity will continue, obviously, because we all have activity. We go here, we go there, but more relaxed, like we breathe easier, like we take it more lightly. From June 8th to the 14th. We've been living for several months, everyone, right? All signs, all times, all ages, to be clear. Many changes in our way of thinking, feeling, and acting. Many closures, many cycles that closed, many doors. Doors, windows, gates, closures to open, open, open. Now that we've passed the May super new moon, now we have the June super new moon. Let's take advantage of opportunities as soon as they present themselves. What's coming? What's next? That's the important thing about new things and challenges. We have to take risks. Taking a risk and having things not work out, believe me, it makes you a winner. When they say, oh, it's just that this person did this and this and this and this and this and failed, they failed. The one who doesn't try is the one who fails, my love. No. The one who tried and things didn't turn out the way they wanted. Well, they're already successful and they'll keep on trying. Just so you know, because that's how it is. I'm sure that's happened to you. You make a mistake and you try again. You make a mistake and you try again, because that's what life is all about. Life must be lived, felt, enjoyed, loved. We must solve our lives and give the best of ourselves to those around us. The best. If we're not good and we're not in good condition, well, let's keep our distance. No, we're not going to go around talking too much. This is a real good week because you're going to find yourself again. You're going to do a lot of personal work. Maybe you won't write down what hurts, overwhelms, or distresses you, but you will have a mind full of thoughts about yourself. I mean, what do I want? Who am I? Where am I going? What is my life's goal? Every day is a good day to change, because each one of us decides it. No one changes because I tell them to change or you tell them to change. Each of us will change on the day and at the time we believe is fair, right, and convenient. And this is a very lovely week to reintegrate and reincorporate and reinvent yourself. Many re's with yourself to elevate yourself, to give yourself that permission to be, to do, and to have what you want to be, to do, and to have. Before starting with the astrological recommendations, I'm going to leave you with one of my phrases. What have you stopped being, doing, and having just to belong? And that's this week, which is going to move us inside to tell us, and why am I not going to do that? And why am I not going to risk doing this? And why am I not going to do the other thing? Whatever you want. Moving house, changing jobs, cities, changing your appearance, your being, doing, and having. And it's going to move us all because the moon on the 14th, the super new moon, is kind of pushing us, and it's felt already. I mean, it's going to be all week. Also, the 13th, a very important day, Saturday the 13th, when Venus in Leo, oof, wow, there's going to be a lot of passion, a lot. We just have to avoid jealousy in that cycle, because jealousy and it's mine and all that will be quite strong. So let's go straight to the astrological recommendations. My dear Aries, everything that has to do with purchases, sales, agreements, negotiations, analyze it, review it, observe it, check it. And if you can wait to make extremely important purchases, sales, or negotiations, do it next week when we're already in a new moon. If you're giving continuity to something you'd already thought about in previous weeks of the new moon, waxing moon, full moon, go ahead. By this, I mean that everything you're going to negotiate, sign, anything you have to finance and so on, it's a very good week to give it continuity. Beginnings in work and romantic matters are marked as very, very favorable. If you're going to start a romantic relationship or you're going to formalize it, it's a very good week. It's all marked very positively, especially the 11th and the 13th. They're two very important days in your life. There are also reunions with friends from your past that will give you much joy, much happiness, much freedom of action. Everything that has to do with the economy, money, your assets, and so on. It's going to be a week where you'll put a lot of intention into it. You'll be analyzing everything you're doing a lot to make purchases, sales, or negotiations for the coming months. It looks like you'll be in a very important meeting, event, or gathering where they make you a proposal that's very much worth it. You are going to have more activities than you have right now, but with very favorable results for your economy. Time also where you're going to give more space to yourself. Maybe you'll start to, well, I don't know. It could be there's a marked change in your way of thinking, feeling, and acting. There's like exercise, diet, many favorable changes, of course, for you, my dear Aries. For the Taurus, don't look outside of yourself, my love, for what you carry inside. Everything is on the inside. It's within us. The peace, the love, the harmony, the happiness. We are what we think, and we attract what we carry. Good phrase of mine, right? We attract what we carry. We are magnets. I invite you, my dear Taurus, to take an inventory of everything you are, of what you do, of what you have. Take an inventory of the whole path, my love, that you've traveled to be where you are now. And do you know why I want you to take this inventory? So that you give yourself your place, give yourself your value. My mommy would say, know your worth, my beautiful child. Know your worth, my love. What you don't do for yourself, believe me, they won't come and do it for you or applaud you for it, my sweet love. You have everything to win. You are a bold, astute, intelligent, capable, creative person. You know how to move from one side to the other? Well, that is what you should receive. In the sentimental and romantic areas, many changes are coming into your life. It could be that you start a romantic relationship or formalize a romantic relationship. There are parties, events, meetings, celebrations with your family. That will fill your soul, your being, your heart with much joy and happiness. I see something about a vehicle. It could be that you buy, sell, negotiate, but it has to do with vehicles. And travels continue in the lives of Taurus, and the opportunities to put all your ingenuity and creativity on the table to generate more every day in your economic income. For the Geminis, you are weaving magical ideas, something very much like you, my dear Gemini. And how about the super new moon next Sunday, the 14th, in your sign, my love? They are keys. After pressures, tensions, falls, errors, mistakes, 1,001 things that have happened, you know perfectly how to reinvent yourself. Of course, Gemini. No. Queen King. It's that simple. They reinvent themselves. Everything that passes through their mind, they make it a reality. I just invite you not to talk about it. Don't tell your plans. Just do them. Put them into action. Speaking, expressing. Your creativity, your art, your beauty, that. Genius so characteristic of you, my dear Gemini. Don't leave your plans in the inkwell or in the trunk of memories. On the contrary. This week, rediscover your lost pieces within yourself. And trust in the abundance that the rich universe has for you. We are in your birthday cycle. Besides, now that Venus in Leo will enter on the 13th, it'll boost you. You're going to be very content, very happy, with a lot of attraction and a lot of magnetism. This week is, I repeat, about reinventing yourself, my love. And you know how to do it. You know how to do it. But, of course, the sun in your sign is giving you that fire you need. That getting out of comfort zones and convenience has nothing of comfort or convenience. Nothing. They're habits. They're customs. But you were born to shine, my love. Not to stay, like, tucked away. No. And I'm talking in every sense of the word and in all areas of your life. It's a week of success, of triumph, of abundance, and of prosperity. Remember that everything that passes through your mind, one day your eyes will see it become a reality. Keep dreaming. Yes, keep dreaming. Because everything that belongs to you is yours, my dear Gemini. For Cancers, there are rebirths, changes, news, opportunities, great transformations. It's time to harvest and keep harvesting, my dear Cancer. Those changes you've been having in your life for the last few years are called growth, maturation, and learning. Everyone in the cardinal cross where you are, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, I'm talking to you, my dear Cancer. You've had many changes. Each one takes it in a different way, in a different manner. Each of those in the cardinal cross, depending on their planet, their sign, like in your case, your element, the moon, and your element, water, you're in a very important moment, right? You're having very favorable results. Things are working better and better. Yes, we're about to enter your birthday cycle. There's still time until, what was it? The 21st. On June 21st, we'll already have the sun in your sign. What does this mean? Right now, many of you must be feeling the cycle of Saturn. I've explained on other occasions that the cycle of Saturn is 52 days before my birthday. I start to feel many nice things, or not so nice things. I'm feeling nice or not so nice. It's normal, so just don't exaggerate the events. I'm taking advantage of this week to reunite lost pieces within yourself, your being, your inner self. If you need to make an agreement, a covenant, a contract, a negotiation, it's an archive. Super favorable week. It is important that you stay away from dream stealers because many times you can be a little vulnerable to the comments of people who don't like your shine. They can't handle your ability, your kindness, your intelligence. So what do we always do when that happens? We send those people love and blessings, and you keep going with your plans without telling anyone. There's news in your family circle that's going to fill your heart with so much joy. It's news you've been waiting for, right, my dear little Cancer? And the travels continue, huh? Lots of travels. It's going to be a summer filled with joy and family trips. For Leos, the universe is cooperating completely in your favor. The only way you need to cooperate, my dear Leo, is by being yourself. Being you, that luminous, beautiful, precious, wonderful person. Just don't say everything you're thinking, my love. Oh, because we fire signs sometimes let our tongue slip and we wonder, did I say that or just think it? No, we said it. Well, here comes Venus in your sign. Oh, what are you going to do with Venus in your sign? Wow, magic keys, my love. But please, don't tell your plans to anyone. Only to those close to you. I mean, really close. The ones right there with you at home. Those who live under your roof, that's it, no one else. If you're going to collaborate with someone or they with you, sign contracts or start something new this week, it's a great week, my love. It's not time to overthink. It's time to act. You'll get good news about something from years ago involving procedures, paperwork, or agreements, information that benefits you because this is a benefit for you and your family regarding finances. Please use your social connections to move faster with the projects you have underway. Often, you don't know how to ask for help or support. Asking for help and support will really help you because things will move faster and everything you're working on will come through. You need to work on your inner self, your being, because this week might be A time when many unhealed things from your past make you feel wounded. My love, what's done is done, and what's been said is said. If it's something from your past involving someone no longer on this plane, remember they always hear us. They're always with us. And anything you need to say, they hear it. So reconnect with yourself, my love. Free yourself from attachments. Be whatever you want to be. Chase your dreams, heal your wounds, and live in the present. It's a very good week, and you're going to live it to the fullest. You're going to live it, and, well, what can I say about the 13th? Venus in your sign. So much magnetism, my dear Leo. Now for Virgos. Jupiter, the planet of triumph, success, abundance, and benevolence. And so many other things. Jupiter, which is incredibly favorable. It's telling you, my dear Virgo, it's not time to think, it's time to act. Yes, my love, I told you last week, and I'll say it again. Big opportunities are right in front of you. Where am I going? Wherever the wind takes me, go for it. You have the capacity, the dedication, the commitment, the knowledge, the intelligence, my love. Take the blindfold off your eyes, see things as they are, and go for it. In your professional environment, there are very good proposals. You will put yourself out there. Tell them, hey, I can handle this and this and this and this. To the people you need to tell, right? There's also a very important reunion coming up in your family. There's a reunion that's going to bring a lot of joy to everyone in the family. There's someone who, well, went through many situations. And right now, the family being together will be a balm for the soul, a balm for the spirit. In your home, there's also a renovation. It could be a purchase, a sale, a negotiation, or a remodel. Many changes coming to the home. Of course, you can start something on your own. Look, aside from what you're doing with your creativity and knowledge, you can do new and different things right from your own home with great changes to your finances, my dear Virgo. For Libras, everything you want to start is marked in your favor. So use your strength, your power, your energy, your ability, that leadership characteristic of Libras. You're in a very suitable time. Venus, which is your planet, will enter on the 13th, and you can already feel the fire energy. So Venus in Leo is telling you to go, 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 because you can handle that and much more. You have everything: strength, power, energy, ability. Attraction, magnetism, chemistry, charisma, knowledge, magic keys everywhere. What you'll do is get up, knock on doors, send emails, and make things happen. Of course, I'll say it again, there are watchful eyes. I think I told you last week. Watchful eyes all around you. They're watching you, my dear Libra, because you have everything, my dear. It's just that often you forget about yourself, your ability, your dedication, your commitment, because often, Libra, we take things for granted. We get used to it, like it's normal, but no, my love. There are many things you do that aren't normal for others. That's why right now, I invite you to put all your plans, your projects, your ideas on the table and move forward. Whoever you need to ask for help, well, raise your hand and ask for help, because it's time to win. A very favorable change you've been waiting for is coming. Pay attention. It has to do with finances. It could be a contract. It could be an agreement. It could be something related to money. Changes in your finances that will bring you much peace and tranquility. For Scorpios, you have everything in your favor if you know what you have sown. Go ahead, that's what you'll harvest, because you have everything in your favor. When we sow, my dear Scorpio, well, we all harvest, don't we? But everyone knows what they sowed. If you sowed mangoes, then mangoes you'll have. But if you sowed pineapples, don't expect mangoes. You know that you're very intuitive, very perceptive. Listen to your intuition, your perception, your premonitory dreams. Your sixth sense has already told you for some time now who's in, who's out, who stays, who doesn't. Put out your psychic antennas in all the areas you move in, because those will be perfect keys for making determinations and decisions that all have to do, I'm talking especially, specifically, with your work and professional life. Your smile, your magic, your energy, your charisma are protective shields, my dear Scorpio. And also with that, you'll realize, I repeat, who's in, who's out. Any negotiation that you need to go, you can do it this week. If you ask me, what days should I sign contracts, agreements, and so on? I invite you, remember that next Sunday, which is the 14th, we have the super new moon in Gemini in the evening. Around what time? Not around. At 8:54 at night, Central Time. If you're going to sign an extremely important contract and you say, it's just that this is what I was looking for, or that job, something that has to do with your signature or your word, the 15th, 16th, and 17th are very important in your professional and economic life. You also receive very good news from a member of your family, news that will give much peace and tranquility to your soul, your being, your heart. It could be someone new arriving at the house, someone new, a little baby boy, a little baby girl, or someone is given very good news regarding health, something that will fill your heart with much joy, my dear Scorpio. For the Sagittarians, my dear Sagittarius, this week will be like slippery little fish because we're going to be incredibly radiant. No, so feet on the ground, eyes toward the sky, hand on your heart, well anchored right here. To the earth, yes, because we can get dizzy and we shouldn't. So, we're going to be incredibly radiant because we're going to receive what belongs to us by right of consciousness. And I'm not talking about the last few years, my dear Sagittarius. I'm talking about many, many years ago. It's time to win in every sense of the word. All those people who criticized you or pointed fingers or doubted your strength, your power, your energy, your knowledge, and your ability, right now they won't say a single thing. What I told you years ago, they'll tell you, bravo, bravo, I knew you were going to go very far. Of course not. It's not what they wanted. It's not what they wanted, but now it turns out you've arrived. And this is just the beginning of what's coming for you, my dear Sagittarius. It's a very interesting week. There are several aspects in the atmosphere that are giving you the magic keys you deserve, that you've earned. It's nothing. It's not luck or coincidence. Everything is causal. It's the results of your dedication, of your sowing, of your commitment. And I'm talking about work. And in your feelings and in your family, you're also looking very lovely. This week, the next one, and the coming weeks. Because there will be many surprises. They could be parties, events, meetings, celebrations, family trips that will fill your heart with much joy. Also expect gifts this week. Very good gifts, rewards, recognitions. Well, it's all the result of your good conduct, Sagittarius. For you, my dear Capricorn, you have everything to win. Exactly, yes. When I tell you you have everything to win, the planets are aligned totally in your favor. You're in a time of triumph, success, abundance, and prosperity. It's time to leave the past in the past. What's done, what's said is already gone. There's no way back. Right now, it's from here forward. Right now, you have everything to win physically, mentally, and spiritually. Good fortune's on your side. It's time to move forward, but to move forward in leaps and bounds, leaving representative. I repeat, I insist a lot. Leave the past in the past. Don't even think about it. It's over. It's past. It's that simple. Why? Because you can't go around carrying all that past. If it's shattering you, it's destroying you. It was growth for your knowledge. I know there are falls, errors, mistakes, but they were your springboards to be where you are now. They were the steps of that staircase that has led you to climb, if you'll excuse the repetition, staircase and climb. But you're in the right place, with the right people, at the right, correct, and convenient moment to win and to move forward. Don't overthink things. Receive what belongs to you physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. The whole week is very good, but from the 13th onward, wow, wonderful for you, my dear Capricorn. For Aquarius, don't doubt your possibilities under any circumstances, and even less allow someone to come to make you doubt your abilities. Pardon me, my dear Aquarius. When you commit to something, you go all the way to the ultimate consequences. Learning, knowing, understanding, good, tender, romantic, sensitive. Let others point and criticize. Let them. Everyone speaks from what they carry in their soul. Please, this week, don't ever, but especially this week, don't you go stopping your steps for the dream stealers. Don't you realize that envy is admiration, that there are people who want yourself, your being, your inner self, your place? It's as simple as everyone earning it, my dear Aquarius. You have to be very aware of it, because for you, with such ease, you tell everyone, oh, how cute, they're friends, they're acquaintances, my love, they're colleagues, they're friends. They're friends who are part of cycles in our life. And I believe in friendship, and I believe in love. That's clear, my dear Aquarius. But sometimes you're too good of a person, and people can take advantage of your good heart, your generosity, and your kindness. That's all. Want you to be very attentive in that regard, because you're receiving good news this week. And that good news has to do with your good conduct, your way of working, of learning, of always learning. Because you learn and you share, and your colleagues or the professional environment you're moving in. Right now, it's very beneficial for you and for the people involved with changes, both in their economy, but especially I'm talking about you, Aquarius. But yourself is going to help them in economic matters. Are chips coming? Are you planning trips for the coming weeks? Everything is very well aspected. It's also a good time to be with yourself. You know, a good book, a good meditation, going out to the countryside, to nature, reconnecting with yourself. Because many activities are coming into your life, my dear Aquarius, so you need to have a little more space for yourself. Starting on the 13th with Venus in Leo, you'll see how many beautiful changes come into your life. And not to mention the 14th, which is the super new moon in Gemini, all well earned, my dear Aquarius. And for you, my dear Pisces, what are you waiting for to take that step? It's time to take that step you've been postponing for whatever reason. It could be a job change, it could be a house change, it could be a city change, it could be changes. Everything has to do with changes. You've been postponing it because taking care of others, pleasing others, being okay with others. No, not because you want to be okay with others, but because you like others to be okay. That's specifically what I mean. Right now, this week from the 8th to the 14th, as it will bring many very interesting movements, it will move several things for you, inner fibers, but in your favor. Because you can keep doing what you're doing right now wherever you go. Because that's who you are. You are the capability, you are the dedication, you are the commitment, you carry the knowledge. There, well in you. Meaning that wherever you go, you can make things happen so that what you're doing right now keeps working. But this way, you'll have more freedom of action, be able to do more things, maybe be closer to your loved ones, maybe have, something new or something different in your life. Personal and in your life, I'm talking especially about your work and professional life, meaning wherever you move, you can keep doing exactly what you're doing and generating much more because you'll have more peace, more tranquility, more freedom of action, and more desire to make things happen. Through your friendships, you'll make contact with important people, very important ones, who will benefit your future in the very short term. And through your friendships, that contact you'll be making is good for your plans for the future, where you can start things that I'm referring to the future for the month of September, for the month of October, with the negotiations you can make during this week of the month of June. Thank you so much for joining me. I invite you to subscribe here to our channel, give it a thumbs up, hit the bell so you don't miss anything, anything at all of what we have for you. Check out the channel. There's a lot of very interesting information. And on my social media, I'm Mizada Mohamed. On all of them, I'm verified. And if you look and see, well, on some I have 3 million, thanks you. On the other, 2.5 million. On the other, almost 1 million. Well, they're mine. But then suddenly people go and like where they shouldn't. Here, Mizada Mohamed, verified. My website is Mizada-Mohamed.com. I invite you to check it out. In the course of my life, which I've walked quite a bit, a lot, I've been criticized. I've been pointed at. They talk too much. And that's why my phrase is, if my shine bothers you, put on some shades. Don't stop. You don't stop. You have something in mind. You have some plan. Go for it. Later on, they'll tell you. I knew you were going to go very far. Of course not. No, they didn't want you to get there. It doesn't matter if they point at you, my love. It doesn't matter if they criticize you. With time, everything falls into place. Just like that. Easy. I am Mizada Mohamed. I love y'all very much. And I want to see you thrive. Thank you very much for graciously joining us today. Please subscribe to our channel and kindly visit my personal website, Mizadamohamed.com.